Hey, what's up? Welcome to the AV Club podcast. My guests today are two people, Zach Olson and Ryan Maldonado, two good friends of mine that I've known for forever, literally. Ryan and I were born in the same hospital. He was born 3 years earlier than I was, and Zach and I met in middle school. So I've literally known these guys from like the majority of my life. It was really fun having them down here, and in fact, we had so much fun that the podcast ran super long. And so the thought was to make it 2 episodes so that just in case you liked the first one, you didn't get kind of burnt out by the length. And so this is going to be a 2-parter. The first part will be released today. Obviously, you're listening to it. And the second part will be released next week. And just so it's more palatable and more easy to take in, I guess. Anyways, yeah, it was a good episode. It was so freaking fun. We all had a great time. We were all like just being ourselves, being loosey-goosey, and I took a few swings on jokes, and some landed, some didn't. We were just being silly, and I know you guys are going to enjoy this, so just listen. It's fun. And getting the merch in Sunday, so I'll have a post about it probably early next week, and then we'll start taking orders next week, middle of next week. So I'm freaking pumped about that. This is going to be a 1-of-1 shirt that I'm wearing currently, so sorry about you. So, yeah. Anyways, enjoy the episode, guys. We're rolling, boys.
I can't look at you the same, dude.
All right.
What?
This is it. This is really cool. Thank you guys for coming.
Thank you for having us. What a good setup, dude.
Say it again.
What a good setup.
Thanks.
Should I get closer? Is that good?
No, you're good. I just wanted you to say it again.
Oh. Trying to get a big head like his brother, I guess.
Who?
You.
You. Oh. No. All right, guys. So, let's see. Oh, so I've been experimenting. This thing right here is cool. I've had this for a couple months now, and I knew you could add sounds to it, but I haven't yet. And I'm sure both of you guys, knowing you and knowing how close we are, you probably didn't listen to my last podcast.
I actually did pumpkin spice.
Really?
I'm about it. On the record, I'm about it.
Why is it so quiet?
That sounds loud.
Is it loud to you?
That was loud
Are you
as
being
shit
for
to
real?
me.
Oh, it was quiet to me.
Oh, no. That was on.
It is. It's loud.
That was on.
That's loud.
That makes me want to rage, dude.
Is that loud
I'm
to
about
you?
to take my shirt off.
You being dead serious?
Yes. I'm
I
being
cannot.
serious.
I can barely hear it. Maybe there's something wrong with my. I gotta throw this away. Maybe if I push that. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I added that one. Anyways, what's up, boys? Oh, actually, I wanted to start it like this. You ready? Hey, don't set off any fire alarms with that, all right?
I'll try not to.
I don't know. I don't know. I was just trying to get your attention. All right, so Zach.
Yeah, Zach.
How was the drive down here, man? I know you came a long way for this.
No, it wasn't bad. Had to get a new tire yesterday morning. Otherwise, I would have blown out and, probably wouldn't be here now. So, yeah, I mean, it was only 6 hours. It wasn't too bad.
That's not bad.
No, yeah, I stayed in San Antonio last night.
So that's why it was 6 hours.
Yeah. It would have been, like 5.5?
What,
5.
Yeah. Well, you're coming from Lubbock, so yeah, 5.5.
Yeah, and so stayed there last night, and then just came up here, met Maldy like
30 minutes.
30 minutes ago.
That's wild. When's the last time you guys saw each other? Why are you smiling like that?
Oh, we went to a Mavs game with Kyle.
Oh, that's sweet.
K-Shan?
Yeah,
Oh, recently?
No, it was before everything. Like a year
before
the
COVID?
pandemic.
Oh, shoot, dude. I thought that's right. I remember that. I remember seeing that on probably your social media or something. You're all about social media. It's weird, but
I'm all about Snapchat.
Weird.
That's all.
So weird. Yeah, but it's good. It's good, but chat. You like that one?
I don't know it. What, chat?
Chat.
What does that mean?
Chat.
He's trying to chat with you, dude.
What do you want to chat about?
Snapchat.
Oh, wow. That went right over my head.
Yeah, it did. All right, listen,
Same for
guys.
me, I can't lie.
You guys are thinking too hard about this stuff, you know? Why are you laughing? Why are you smoking on a crown?
Smoking on a crown?
Yeah.
Crayon?
Yes. Crayola.
Are you illiterate? It's crayon.
Crayon.
Crown?
I'm saying crayon.
Anytime Zach calls
Cranberry?
you out for being illiterate, that's not a good thing.
I know, dude.
I'm illiterate, so that's really not a good thing.
Dude, I want to bring something up first and foremost. And actually, this isn't even first because we've already said a couple of things. So I want to bring something up. It's pertaining to you. What happened, bro? This is the second time we're doing this. Why? Explain to the folks why this is our second time.
First time I came up to do a podcast with AV, it was at Georgetown in the 2-story house that you had it in the first time.
Mansion.
It wasn't 5,000 square feet.
Oh, it was.
Okay.
There was a basement.
Never saw it.
You don't want to.
Okay, Christian Gray.
You don't remember it.
I don't think I would. I think he drugged me.
Yeah, all right.
Take me next time. No, every time, whenever I did the podcast last time with you, the reason I don't want to release that is because I had at least 2 or 3 drinks in front of me every time. I drank a little bit too much, and I started kind of splurging a few of the things that I am not comfortable with sharing with the public yet. You know, that pertains to different drugs that I've done.
Like which ones?
We're not going down that road again. You know, name dropping a few people, not in any negative connotation, but with the experiences that I had with those people, it could come off as very negative and hurtful towards them, as well as for me as a business owner. That could be definitely frowned upon, the way that people kind of viewed me after they heard that podcast. And so I wasn't comfortable with it.
Which is
still
okay.
haven't listened to it yet.
Yeah, and you
You haven't sent it to me.
You will never listen to it.
Well, I mean, I don't know. If I don't think it's too bad, then I can end up, you know, because I don't remember anything from it. I only remember little snippets here and there because I drank a little bit too much.
You know what's funny is that, first of all, I didn't want to stop you because you were in the zone.
Oh, yeah.
Right? I think beforehand we had talked about, I said, hey, if you're going to name people, probably don't say their name. You probably did that twice, and then the rest of the time you were saying names. Wait, first thing, this is on my mind. I got to just say it. You did that a lot last time, too. You would hit the table.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever you have that mic that's hitting the table, like your mic's on the table, so when you hit the table,
You can hear the reverb.
yeah. Sorry, bro. I know you're a very physical person. You're animated when you talk, which is
super.
It's not a bad thing. But for this instance, you got to either do it to yourself on your tits, or you gotta do it on like your legs. You can't do it on the table. Just because I heard it, it bothered me, and I heard it. But I don't think anybody else cares. I think I'm the only one, and I'm just very.
I don't know, man.
I'm hypersensitive to everything that could go wrong.
You're the professional.
And you'll see me look at this camera, and that's because I want to make sure it's still going. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm like,
It's pretty cool.
no, it's not.
I don't know, man. It means you're just about your craft.
I guess it means I don't trust things.
Yeah.
Sometimes,
that's how you
dude,
gotta
in the middle of the night, I'm no joke. I'll wake up and I'll go walk around my house just to make sure the structure is okay, so that I can sleep for the rest of the night, knowing it won't crash on me.
just call me and I'll come down and do it for you.
Dude, first of all, I keep saying first of all. I don't know why. Stop me.
Hey, Aaron.
Stop me.
Aaron,
I'll stop you.
don't, just like this,
Yeah.
don't say first of all anymore. Dumbass.
Hey, if he does it again, I'm gonna slap his hand.
Please, please.
If he
do.
does it, I'm going to slap him.
All right.
All right,
All right. Nobody's slapping me though. Let's get that.
True
No,
that.
no,
I'm not messing with you.
I'll go back. If you do it again, I'm slapping
No,
him.
come on.
Okay, listen.
First of all.
First things first. No, seriously, though, real chat. First of all, still Austin is good. And first of all, this setup is amazing, right? And first of all, this computer is pretty cool too. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but like, first of all, check out this carpet. I mean, this rug. You know what I'm saying? And then, I love you guys. Thank you for coming. I said, first of all, 18 times. I didn't see you slap him once.
I can't do it to
He's
my
all
boy.
talk, dude. I knew it.
I can't do it to my boy.
That's why I'm like this. You know, I'm not even shaking or nothing. I ain't even worried.
And I was gonna reply to what you had said. I wasn't drunk. I told you to silence your phone. What the hell are you doing?
Silence my phone.
Okay, thank you.
I'll take it off so the vibration doesn't cause reverb either.
Dude, honestly, I heard the reverb from the vibration. Did you?
I heard it.
Well, I put it from sound to vibrate, and then I put it in my pocket.
I'm just kidding. It's not that big of a deal. For the phone. Everything else,
It made me
don't
cry.
do.
You better stop.
For everything else, don't do. For
Is
the
this
phone,
a safe space or not?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, thank God.
Not for you.
Fuck off.
You know what's wild is you could see all 4 walls. Like this feels small but big at the same time. Maybe I shouldn't have done black because it makes rooms feel smaller, right? Isn't that how it works?
I kind of like it though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, back to what we were saying. Your podcast with me, I thought was fantastic. I loved it because no joke, you were so like authentic and raw, and there's a certain point in time where people like forget that there's a microphone and a camera, and you hit that point quickly, which is my goal. My goal as the host is to make you guys feel comfortable. So like, although this is literally in my face, you got to kind of forget it's there so that these things feel authentic, right? You guys listen to podcasts, right? So
Yeah.
the best podcasts are the ones where you're like, you actually feel like you're sitting in a chair over there in the corner listening, you know, although you can't see them, you're like listening and you're like, oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. You know? And so that's what it was. Like, that's how I felt. I get in these zones whenever I'm listening to the guests and I'm like, I swear, dude, and then whenever you stop talking, I'm like, oh, like, yeah, I got to think of a question. Like, cause I'm so involved in listening and engaged to what you're saying. That's what the podcast was like with you the whole time. And then we even got a little deep. We even got a little emotional. Yeah. I'd said some stuff to you that I really felt. I don't know if you remember or not, but
I remember most of what was said.
Yeah.
And what you're talking about is exactly what I felt. I didn't feel like I had a microphone in front of me.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, and I understand like what I was given and what I was blessed with was the ability to speak and just kind of relate with people. And so I know that podcast is awesome, and I would still like for it to be released. Obviously, you are completely organic with what you do. You know, if we can do a few bleeps, yeah, I might be a little bit more inclined to do it. But that whole time, man, I mean, whenever you get to know me,
yeah,
and you like, you know, I love you and you love me, and I can feel this love, then, I mean, my feelings just gush, you know, and I don't like doing that too quickly with a lot of people because I've got a big personality. I've got a lot on my mind, and I have never been able to stop thinking, which is super shitty. But it's also one of the things I'm super blessed for and super grateful for is, you know, my mind never stops. But, you know, I don't really get to the point where I feel the microphone anymore.
Yeah.
You know, whenever I'm in that moment with you and, you know, I feel like I'm about to start crying and stuff like that, you know, that's, for me, that's like you're saying, the authenticity of the moment.
Yeah.
And that's what I enjoy.
Yeah. No, 100%. And it was a great podcast. So part of it's me being prideful, right? I'm like, dude, I told you I didn't want to edit. Like, I will edit. Like, I'll edit some stuff, but if it's like large chunks.
No, I don't want you to edit a single thing. I want you to just bleep.
Okay, yeah. Now, like, I'm like, okay, yeah, and we'll figure that out. I'll edit it or.
Well, you do whatever
You know what
what
I want to do right now is just get it like on a solid thing where you can hear just the audio, right? And then I'll go over it, send it to you, see if we like it, and then figure it out from there. But I thought it was great, and you were being all those things, which is cool. I wanted to start it out like that, and kind of got way serious. I don't know, this is kind of dumb, but that's
really
honestly that's the only reason why I brought you guys both here, and we're good. That's the end of this.
All right, man. Well, hey, let's go to the
I
bar.
enjoyed that.
Thanks for coming, Ryan. Thanks for coming, Ryan.
Yeah.
Ryan.
Right.
Ryan.
Right.
Yeah. Thanks for coming, guys. So I almost said it again. I'm not even gonna say what I almost said.
First things first, baby.
No, serious question though, for both of you guys. How long have you guys, like, been together?
What is it?
Not on camera, dude.
What is it? The 15th or 16th of October, 2021.
Today's the 16th.
I proposed to him.
I said no.
What did you propose?
I'm the top. He's the power bottom.
I said no.
What were you proposing?
Marriage.
Some sort of plant? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's why. I mean, I'm kind of hurt right now.
You know what's crazy?
Why do you think
No?
this is the first time I've seen him in like 2 years?
Because I keep trying to get in and he just won't let me.
Speaking of that though, dude, you're on the train to that, right? You're on the journey to that.
Oh, he's on the
destination.
train.
Yeah. It's been about a year now, but yeah, we'll get there. I think next spring, me and Ariel, we're gonna probably do the thing, dude.
That's awesome, bro.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
At first, it was like
Hard?
Yeah, it was something new, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of like I related to when we first moved into each other, like together.
Yeah.
I was being weird about everything. Like I was like, man, like she's gonna come in, take over everything, right?
Yeah.
So I thought everything was just gonna drastically
Uh-huh.
change, and I was like arguing over like decorations and stuff.
Yeah.
So like when I proposed and everything, I thought things were gonna change too, not for the worse, but like just in a different way.
Right. Yeah.
But it hasn't. Like if anything, it's gotten better. To be honest with you.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So obviously Taylor and I live here together, and that was the thing I was wrestling with first too. And like when you like whenever I look back at my life and I think about, of course we probably all thought about, oh, I'll get married one of these days, and kind of have this rough plan in your head of how the life is going to go for you. Not you.
No.
Except for Zach. But
No,
everybody,
I'm not gonna. No, I had the same thoughts. I'm not getting married for a long ass time.
Well, yeah, I'm not asking you to get married, but
So is that not a proposal?
no, it wasn't.
Or
I'm proposing. Hey, how about I propose this? Listen to me.
Okay, yes, sir.
So we have this plan in our heads, right? That's just what we think life's going to be like. And then you get into these situations where you're deciding, oh, do I move in or do I not move in? Because that's a big step.
mm-hmm.
And you never, like, in my mind, I never pictured that happening until like after I was married or whatever. And now I'm like, it makes more sense at the moment for me to do this before we're married. Like, whether it be financially or just like whatever, like, because obviously her family, literally her and her dad are the only ones that live in Texas now, which is wild because it used to be like almost the whole family, or it was the whole family, and then slowly people started leaving and moving. So she had nobody else. Financially, it's hard to survive and live on your own, just because, especially in Austin, it's expensive.
Right.
It's weird, bro. So I feel you on those decisions. Like, you think, like, oh, dude, is this gonna take away my freedom?
Yeah, and like I remember I talked about it with your brother years ago, like about like when you move in with somebody before you get married. You know how like it's frowned upon in certain religions, things like that.
Yeah.
It just makes more sense, man. Like just make sure that you guys get along and can stand each other when you live with each other before you know what I mean? And so when we did that and everything was good, I'm like, let's. Yeah,
for sure. It's one of those things where like you don't know until you go one way, right? So if you're like very anti living together before marriage, you get married, then you live together, well, things could go south, right?
Yeah.
But it could also be very good.
Could be great, yeah.
And then it's the same vice versa. Like, you never know. So it's like you just pick a route, you stick with it, and then you just pray that it works out, But
yeah, live and learn, dude. That's how it goes. I think.
Yeah, that's freaking true, dude. So I'm glad things are going good for you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah.
So are you saying you're getting married 2022 or 2023?
2022, probably. I think early, like before the summer of 2022. We haven't necessarily like have a date or anything, but I think that's what we're shooting for.
Yeah,
probably
so
something
like
small and then
6 to 9 months.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's cool though.
That is so exciting.
I mean, we've been engaged for like a year now, so it's like
wow.
Yeah.
Time's flying by though, dude. Like it's just
It flies by, man.
stupid.
It feels as if we've been in this house for a year already, but it's only been like since August.
Wow,
So it's like
a couple months.
Yeah, very, very little time, but it's already the routine. Like you wake up, you're in Austin. I have to drive freaking 30 minutes to work still every day, but it's wild. Time does move by freaking fast. Gosh dang, dude. Austin Barrett. Shout out to Austin Barrett. Remember him?
Yeah.
He had a. Of course you remember him, but I was talking to him today. We talk every now and then. He's just getting out of the Navy.
Oh man.
Moving back home. Shout out to Austin. He's moving back home, and he's taking over a family business, which is freaking dope. I don't know. I forgot what it was, but it's some sort of family business, and he's transitioning to take over. And he had a story that he wanted me to ask you about. He was like, ask Zach if he remembers the one time we were camping. I think it was me, you, him, and Nick. And
at my house,
at your dad's house, and he said, I think he said him and Nick had shotgun shells, and we had a fire.
Oh yeah, I remember all that.
So, you want to tell the story or what?
Oh no! Oh, all we did was that was such a good time. You tell it though. You tell it.
We were at Zach's dad's house, and he had this pond in the front. And is that what it's called? A tank?
Yeah, it was a tank.
It's like a water tank, right? Where you have water and whatever. So we were going the opposite side of the house of the tank, right? It was closer to the road.
Yeah.
Closer to the whatever highway that was, the road
Hayworth
that was.
Highway.
And dude, we had this fire, we had this tent, we were up on this little hill part. where there was no trees or little trees, right? Like it almost looked like it was carved out for camping.
Yeah.
So we would camp up there.
My brother did that. Shout out Michael Olson.
So he did. Okay, so it was intentional. So, dude, we had a fire. We had a tent. We had one tent. We had 2 blankets. It was freezing that night. I remember that. It was miserable.
I called middle for a reason.
Yeah, and I didn't have a blanket or I was on the outside. So I was freezing, dude.
Up, dude.
Hey, man, I was happy.
I wanted to sleep closer to the fire, but I was like, dude, I move when I sleep. I didn't want to roll into the wood, into the freaking logs. But Austin and Nick apparently had shotgun shells, right? Don't know where they got them. Don't know how they got them. Probably you freaking idiot.
Definitely.
And we played that game a lot.
So essentially what you do is you take some of the rounds, some of the BBs out of a couple of shells, right?
Depending on who you played with.
Okay, so this is what Austin said, and then I remember. He took some BBs out of certain shells. You throw them in the fire to freak people out, right? Because you know that's how guns work. Except there's like forced, but so like heat will cause the shotgun shell to explode. This idiot takes a shell with the BBs in it and throws it in the fire. And so then, like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know anything about guns or bullets or fires. You know what I'm saying? I barely know anything about tents. But I'm like, what's going on? And then Austin and Nick just take off. I'm like, or they either take off or they hide or something.
Yeah.
And so does he. And I'm like, what? And then I start running, and I don't know if anything ever happened, but I don't remember that part.
Well, what we used to do, so most of the time when we played that game, what it was, it's who's the biggest pussy. And so
we would the ultimate test.
Oh yeah. And so, well, not really, but at 15 it was. But so we would get a full 12 gauge shotgun.
Year.
Oh, I don't remember senior year. I remember like 9th grade because I didn't hang out with you guys too much at that point.
Yeah, you weren't invited. Continue.
Yeah, it's my dad's. I just invited you guys out and I would leave. Yeah, so we would get a full 12 gauge shell, and like Nick Mitchell would be there because he lived right down the road too, and so there would be a big group of people, and I would get this full shell, and I'd throw it into the fire, and last person to leave is the biggest man there. And if you think about it, it takes a good bit of time for that shotgun shell to heat up for it to finally blow up. And so I would just throw it in, and I would just sit there by the fire 30 seconds, 45 seconds, and everybody else would be gone. And I would just start walking away, and I'd just get behind a tree, and then it'd blow up. And sometimes the shells, or the BBs, you could hear them or really just hear them like hit the trees all around you.
Yes,
that was crazy, but it was so much fun. It was so much fun. It's kind of like that, like that movie Grown Ups where they arrow roulette.
Arrow roulette, dude.
It was just like that.
Actually, I have played that too. That's horrifying. It's like I played it with Will and Clay Bronner. Shout out to Will and Clay Bronner. We played it at their freaking house. They had a bunch of land, like acreage with cows and cow shit and all the stuff that comes with cows. Like milk. I'm sure, probably beef. Flies, a lot of flies. Which part?
The beef part.
That's debatable.
Cows are chicken, dude. There's that pork.
No. Oh yeah, you're right. These were kosher cows. And so we would shoot this bow and arrow. Well, they would. I didn't know how to shoot it. Kind of harder than you think, but we'd shoot it. Or they'd shoot it up in the air, like high, and you freaking lose sight of this thing. And then I'm like, I'm not staying here. I just take off. But it was a dull arrow, but it doesn't matter when it's coming that hard and that fast. It doesn't matter if it's dull or not. Oh man, that's funny. Okay, so one thing I wanted to do was I have a segment. I'm trying to do some segments here. Okay. This is called Silly Willy segment, okay? Okay?
Okay, yeah.
You got me? Okay. So welcome to the Silly Willy segment where you get silly and we slap your willy. For example, Zach, I want you just real quick to be as silly as possible. And I mean, you don't have to get loud, right? The first thing I thought of was you getting loud. Don't know why.
That's just who I am.
And probably because you have a track record of getting loud, but do something silly. Go. See, I'm putting you on the spot here, and I know it's hard, but try. That's good.
Thank you.
Ryan, you're up.
Is it like, can I make a face?
Silly with whatever you want, dude. That's good. That's good.
That's just my lazy eye.
That's good. That's good. My turn. Dude, that missed. I thought that was gonna get you. I thought you were a SpongeBob guy.
That was the cuss words.
That was.
Yeah.
Yeah. What does it say on the dumpster? It says like Mr. Krabs is or something like that.
Yeah. And then every time. Dude, I got these sounds. It's like a record scratch. You said what? That one's cool.
That's a good one.
Wait, what's this one? Oh, say something, Zach. Just anything on the top of your mind.
Let me see. Oh, that's good. That was really good.
This is what your breath smells like. Dude, this
Not
thing is
wrong.
Cool. What? That's wild, man.
Yeah. Welcome.
Okay, so first of all, Ryan, this question pertains to you. This is the first time you've been in studio on the pod.
Correct.
What's the difference between this and Zoom? Because you've done a Zoom one as well.
Yeah, right away. I don't have to like wait for you to finish and like feel like I'm cutting you off all the time.
Yeah.
With Zoom, it's always like overlapping, so that's kind of nice. I can like see when you're about to be done.
Yeah. Isn't there like, I mean, I feel this. I'm not like a big energy guy. Like I don't say that word a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, anyway, that was a messed up joke. But anyways, okay. I'll explain that one later. But
I don't get that one.
I'll explain it later.
You wouldn't.
Yes, sir.
Did you get it?
I didn't either.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Shut up.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Never mind. I was gonna say because I just point out my skin. Although I do look a little lighter in this lighting, but I just say not white. I don't say energy. You know what I'm saying? But
Woke.
I'm not woke either. But dude, there's an energy when you're in here, and it's like ooga chaka, ooga chaka, ooga 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 chaka, ooga chaka, ooga chaka. That would have been good if it was the right song, but
Is that not the right song?
no, that was not the right song.
Oh shit! I'm here to have a good time, not a long time.
That's right, baby. No, but like you could just, it feels different, right? Even in the other place, it was a large, like we were in the upstairs of a large house, so there was a lot of square footage, and it was just the desk like this up against the the back wall, remember? And it was just empty. Kind of still felt like better than a Zoom, but it was just empty, you know?
Yeah.
And it just being in the presence of somebody else just makes it better. I don't know.
I think right away, like when we walked in and we dapped up and stuff, I just felt more comfortable as soon as we got in here because we were already talking, you know?
Yeah.
Like when you're in Zooming, you see the little screen and you're like, all right, we're rolling, so you can't really.
Yeah, and it's weird, like, because you got to read the room. You got to read the body language of the people you're with. You got to read, like, okay, I know Zach isn't, like, he's kind of not feeling it today, but Ryan is. So you got to, like, and that is just an example. It's not really what's going on here, but, like,
I mean, kind of.
Zach is giving me a weird smile and, like,
Cheers.
Cheers. We didn't cheers. I'll cheers with you guys from a distance. Oh, okay.
We're reaching.
Yeah. These are the IKEA wine glasses. What are you drinking, Ryan?
Buffalo Trace.
Buffalo Trace whiskey. Zach, what are you drinking?
I'm on a 2018 Hess Cabernet.
Okay. Good stuff. I'm drinking Still Austin whiskey. I'm drinking Still Austin bourbon whiskey. The only whiskey for real bourbon drinkers. I got to just throw that out there because one of these days they're going to like just send me bottles. Hopefully. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know what I'm going to do?
Put it over there.
I'm going to put it right here.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, by the way, boys, I don't know if you're down for this or not, but we're gonna do an ad. We're gonna do an ad read for Whiskey Morning Coffee. We're all gonna be involved. I was gonna write it prior to you guys getting here, but I just kept like pacing the house waiting. I don't know why I was doing that, but I was like, where are these guys at? They're like, and then as soon as
You thought we were gonna stand you up or what?
but I was like, what's gonna happen? I mean, we don't have anything to do. I mean, at least I don't have anything to do after this. This is like what the plans were, but. I don't know why I was like, they said 5:30. What's going on? You guys weren't even late. I think you guys got here Like right at 5:30, like a little after maybe?
Like 5:28.
Oh, really?
5:27.
No big
maybe.
deal. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And a half, but they
Well,
close the door on us.
Closer to 15
all
seconds.
right. I was giving you the benefit of the doubt. I actually said 5:20. We'll start at 5:30. But
Yeah.
Oh,
Welcome.
that's true. Yeah. There was
I'm
traffic.
always late.
There was traffic.
There's traffic.
that's okay. You said, dude, I'm leaving San Antonio now. And then you're like, ETA Austin 4:15. I was like, okay, cool.
We actually forgot his candle, so we had to turn around and go.
Yeah, bro. I had to bring your candle for you.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yes.
You made him turn around?
No, he decided to turn around because he knew how much it meant to me.
Dude, that's awesome. I don't
It's
like
called friendship.
I wish the candle smelled like friendship and I'll keep it, but it
Yeah,
doesn't.
that sucks, man. I'll just take it. It's only half used anyways. Come on.
Dude.
Hey, I'm gonna need gas money then.
Yeah, I got you gas money. Will
Thank
the
you.
candle work?
No, I don't want that candle.
Yeah,
That's
fuck that
funny.
Candle.
Okay. Do you guys like music?
Of course.
What
Let's
kind?
see. I don't know what this is gonna do. Oh, there we go.
Is King George or what? That's what we need.
No, it's not one of those days.
It's about to be.
Let's see.
Tonight,
Okay.
yeah.
Zach, you know how to freestyle, right?
No, I don't, man. I know to talk about my feelings like Hobo Johnson.
Like
But-
who?
Hobo Johnson.
It's a real guy?
Hobo Johnson. He's a. I wouldn't even call him a rapper, but I guess his genre is identified as a rapper. He more just kind of spits about like real shit that he's going through.
Like it's Johnson?
I don't know if he's talked about Johnson, I think, on a few of his
A
songs.
couple of them.
But yeah, I mean, I'm not really a freestyler. I'm more of just like I don't know. I don't rhyme all the
Oh,
time.
well, you don't have to rhyme.
Okay. And I'm not good with beats.
The guy who made this beat, his name is Jay Angel. I hit him up on Instagram. Got anything? See, this is a new segment I'm trying to introduce because I know like not everybody can flow.
This reminds me of that one song, that F.U. Beer. You know what I'm talking about?
You broke my
Yeah,
heart.
yeah.
Yeah, that guy's wild, dude. I don't know.
That
His
guy's
name is
wild.
William Walker Jr.
That's his name.
Something Walker Jr. Walker something. Are you thinking of lyrics?
No,
I
I'm
see
thinking
you.
about what I'm going through
I could see your brain moving,
with
dude.
my life.
I was driving down in my. You like that?
That's pretty good, dude.
King George.
Let me tell you. Okay, I wrote like 4 verses for this because I've been practicing. All right, ready? I was driving down in my Chevy when I saw your face. I messed up.
From
Restarting.
the top.
I closed my eyes to like feel the passion, and then I couldn't read the words.
You can't look up at him. That ruins it.
No, I'll
Yeah, I
stare
know.
in the
It's
eyes.
a big smile.
I can't. I gotta read.
Baby blue eyes.
I was driving down in my blue Chevy truck when I saw your face. It was on a Friday night. I saw the moon in your eyes and I can't look away. Oh, then I messed up. I got, dude.
That was
So,
actually pretty good. I won't lie.
That
That was
was.
pretty
so like the lyrics were like, eh.
Wasn't a freestyle, but it was still great.
It wasn't a freestyle. The lyrics were like something I was like, I wrote those down in like the first like 2 times I listened to it because I was trying to think of like country mindset. It's all usually sad when the music's sad like that.
And about trucks. You threw the truck in.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I thought about you because you drive a blue Chevy, and I was like, I don't know what you drive. You told me the other day about
a blue
He
Chevy.
actually does drive a blue
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's a piece of shit 06 Chevy Silverado.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
That's
awesome, but I love it.
wait. What?
It's an awesome truck.
But you love it?
Oh, I love it, dude.
Well, you sounded like it sounded like you said something negative and then said, "But I love it." But you said a
Yeah.
positive and then another positive. And the inflection in your voice, like the tone in your voice, did not sound like that's what you meant to say.
Yeah, that's exactly what I meant to say, man. It's a piece of shit truck, but I mean, cosmetically, it does not look good at all.
It's an awesome truck, but I love it.
Yeah, it is.
It's a fantastic truck, but it's awesome.
Yeah, yeah, exact
That's
same
pretty-
thing I'm
that's-
saying.
That's what you're saying.
Yes, it's a beautiful truck. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
When he told me about it, he said the same thing. He was like, it's a POS, but it gets the job done. And he's like, look at the new paint job. And I pull
What?
up to it.
Just two-tone.
It's beat up and the bumper's all effed up in the front.
Oh, yeah, man. I'm surprised I didn't,
Oh.
cut it up on the drive home.
When did you
Or
get
drive
that
here.
one? And whenever you talk, can you talk a little closer to your mic? Sorry, bro. Sorry.
Yes, Mazza. I got that truck about a year and a half ago. I
There
bought
you
it
go.
from Chris Kuplik. Shout out Chris Kuplik, my best friend.
Yeah. Still your best friend?
138. Yeah, he just moved to Cincinnati with his girlfriend.
That doesn't sound like a best friend move. Doesn't sound like a best friend move.
That's messed up.
How's that not a best friend move?
Well, he's not close to you. How's that your best friend?
I mean, physical doesn't mean anything. It's all about, more emotions.
Yeah, but you can't have your emotions if he's in Cincinnati. How does he know what you're feeling if you're in freaking Lubbock?
Well, I texted him yesterday, telling him how I was feeling.
Really?
Yeah, on the drive here.
Well, that's not safe.
Well, not a safe person. Sometimes I am. Just depends.
Well, how does Chris feel about this?
About me or my feelings?
Well, all of it.
Chris loves every second of it.
That sounds like you're kind of just saying that. What does he really feel?
Chris, he knows we all go through struggles.
Yeah.
And, he's supportive of, whatever moves I'm trying to make with my life. He's supportive of me and vice versa.
Yeah.
I don't support him not living close to me.
Right?
Shut the hell up. No, don't paint me as a bad guy.
I'm not putting words in your mouth, but
But
just
you're
trying to say
trying to.
what you would say.
What I would say, okay, I'm not here right now, so I can't say what I would say.
What?
No, Chris is super supportive of pretty much everything I do. But he also checks me whenever I'm, kind of going a little bit too wild. And I kind of do the same to him. And so, yeah. But that truck is from Chris Kuplik. He sold it for $2,000 with 138,000 miles on it.
What? That's good. That's a good deal.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Phenomenal. Well, that truck has made me a lot of money. And so I'm very happy with that truck.
Yeah.
But I just bought a 02 Excursion 7.3 too. And so I'm going to an 02 Excursion 7.3 as
too.
well.
Okay, there we go.
Such a smart ass.
Dude, you said a bunch of numbers, bro. I didn't 03732. Is that the VIN number?
No, there's letters in that too.
Okay. A.
Okay. But yeah, I just bought that too, and so I'm
So which one's your daily? Which one's your not daily? And why do you have each?
Right now, because I can.
That's the reason.
Yeah, because I can, and because one is a half ton, one's a 3/4 ton. Next thing I'm buying is a 1 ton, probably a dually.
Probably a full ton.
Yeah, 1 ton.
Yeah, full.
Yeah, 1 ton.
Yeah,
1 full ton.
What's up with you in decimals? Fractions.
What kind of decimals did I say at all?
No, I said fractions. I corrected myself.
Okay, good job. I don't know, man. That's just how my mind works. It's kind of like speaking directionally. North, south, east, west.
Yes.
That didn't make any sense.
Well,
but yeah,
I said that to the west. That was good. That was good. You got to admit, that was a good one.
Get the compass out. I want to know.
That's what I'm saying.
Get it out.
I'm so directionally challenged when I'm in a house. Like when I'm like in the living room, they're like, "Yeah, you want to go to HEB?" And I'm, which one, like north or south? And they're like, "Dude,
it's that way."
Yeah, you're pointing the wrong direction. But it's because I don't know why. I don't know why that is. I've just always been like that. Taylor's freaking good. She's like, "No, you dummy. It's this way." And then the one time she's right, she freaking rubs it in.
You never hear the end of it.
Yeah. What about this one? I can play music from my phone too, which is so nuts. Maybe I can't. There we go.
Jake Angel on the track.
Shout out to Jake Angel. That's who this guy is. He's got a ton of them on YouTube for free. This is his website. Can you flow to this? One of you guys? Who wants to go? Ryan, you're up.
Well, he doesn't rap about that stuff usually. It's usually more about like shit that he's feeling like internally, like emotional.
Yeah.
And so that's where I relate more because I'm a very deep thinker, and I mean, like I'm in my life, I've got to think about a lot of different shit. And, you know, it's not all of it's very good. And so like it's just I feel like I can relate more to that, more to guys like Jack Hayes, who that's more of an artist, more acoustic, and it's more about like the real stuff, like your emotional and your mental state, and how people struggle with it. I mean, because that's where I am.
Let me ask you a question, and this is a sincere question. This isn't a joke. Do you feel like you're the only one going through that?
No, not at all, man.
Okay, this is just like honestly,
I'm so grateful that I'm not the only one going through that. Like I see what I need to do with myself, and I see like where I need to get help at, and I see where I'm at mentally, and I see where I need to get help at. I see the different places that I can become a better person, and where at the end of the day, generally, I need to go to therapy for certain things. You know, I mean, I relate more to the people that have the music kind of like that and the people that are just talking about having a good time, because all the people that are listening to the people that are having a good time, they're not really having a good time. They're just dreaming about it. Yeah. And I mean, I don't care about that stuff. I care about more of my emotions.
Yeah. You guys see that little bug flying? Did I get it?
No, it's flying for like, it's right here.
It's over here. Oh, there's a bunch. Okay, there's a fruit fly. Zach, you brought in fruit flies
with
your wine.
That, I think.
You brought some fruit flies in with your wine, dude.
Come on.
Welcome.
Hey, real talk. So, dang it, what did you say? You said
about what?
No, I feel like. Oh, so I've heard this saying. Tell me what you think. I guess it's not really a saying. Somebody had said this, but it's not like a saying, if that makes sense. So it goes like this. People work out their muscles all the time in the gym. Why don't they work out their brain in therapy like they would their muscles, right? Because it's both for health purposes. Most people, right? Most people are in the gym for health, or some people. Some people are for looks. But not everybody goes to therapy or counseling. Do you think that's something everybody should do? I do.
I don't think everybody should do it. I think you should figure out if you look at your mental state and think if you should. Like I was in counseling and therapy from 4 or 5 years old, and my last session was 17 years old. And
that's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean, I like my whole childhood, me and my siblings, we were fucked up. And like I needed help. And I'm finally back at that point in my life where I'm saying, okay, like I need some help. Like
that's hard to do.
Dude, it's super hard to do, man. Like I'm a strong man. Yeah. Like I'm supposed to be the man, like to take care of my family, and at least that's what I personally think.
Yeah.
And it's super hard to just finally admit to yourself, like, hey, man, I am fucked up mentally, and these thoughts that I have are not good thoughts, and just being able to admit it, and taking the necessary steps to do that is just, it's very difficult. I mean, some people look at it prideful, and
yeah,
100%.
Like I don't want to look like that weak man because I'm an alpha, I'm a big dude. Like, no, dude, that's what you got to do.
Yeah.
That's what it is, though. Like, people think there's like a negative connotation with asking for help because you're supposed to be a man or whatever. Nowadays that's not how it is, and I think that goes hand in hand with what you asked him. Like, do you think everyone should go? Maybe not, but people should be able to like feel like they can without feeling worse about themselves before they do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's weird. There's a lot of those things that like have just been passed down from generation to generation. Like, even when it comes to simple things like I guess decorating a house, like you were talking about earlier, right? Like,
yeah,
there's generations of people that believe, and this is like a silly example, but like generations of people believe that like, oh, that's the woman's job to decorate,
Yeah.
Like, this is like a silly example. It's like, well, why is it weird to decorate if you're a guy? Like, I mean, that's just like, it's simple. Like, I'm not saying it compares to that at all, but like, it goes to show that like we shouldn't be like that.
Yeah,
I totally agree.
Like,
there's certain stigmas around admitting whenever you need help that almost make you feel like you're weak, although not everybody sees it like that. It's just one thing, like those things that are in your head, that you grow up.
I think him saying that is like, that's pretty
gay. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
No,
Hey,
It could be.
It's
I mean, yeah, I guess it could.
no, I think that's a cool thing though, dude. Like you just admitted that like you want to do that. You want to take that step to get the help because you're realizing that you do need the help. Not everybody can do that. Like people just bury that shit down and then they just keep going, you know? And it just gets worse.
Yeah. I mean, that was like the whole time I was growing up. Just didn't really want to say how I felt and, you know, didn't want anybody to think I'm not a strong man. And then finally I got to the age where I was like, man, I don't give a shit what anybody else thinks about me. The only opinion that really matters at the end of the day is mine.
Yeah.
For my own mental health, in my own life, like you can think whatever you want to think, but you're not living my life. You know, you don't have to go through the struggles that I have to go to. Like, I mean, I talked to my brother on the way over here for an hour and a half, and, you know, we're able to relate in a lot of different ways because our personalities are a lot of the same ways. And, you know, I'm able to tell him, hey, man, like, I'm struggling with this. What can you help me? And,
Yeah.
like, I mean, some people, they look at therapy as a super negative thing to do, but then some people, like, this is what I like to do more than anything else is I talk to the people that love me and that I love. And being able to understand a different perspective is the biggest thing to me that therapy offers any individual is the fact that you're listening to somebody, you have no clue who they are. And my last session I ever went to was the reason I told myself I would never go back because I was sitting there bawling my eyes out at 17 years old to this dude I've never met in my entire life. And at the end of the day, I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, why the fuck am I telling you this? Who are you in my life to be able to invade my personal space and my thoughts and have me break down in front of you and just bawl my eyes out about how fucked up my life has been? Why do I care what you think? And it's really hard because when you don't have a good therapist or a good counselor or psychologist, it comes off as so just unauthentic. You know, hey man, you made your $200 for the hour I was here. Good job, good for you. But you really, at the end of the day, don't give a shit who I am as a person. And that is the hardest thing I've got to overcome is the fact that they may not know me, but you can still care for somebody without knowing them. And so I usually just talk to people that I know.
Yeah. Well, okay, so that's interesting you say that because I've never gone to therapy. I've never I honestly think everybody needs it. Like I don't it doesn't matter how like bad of a state. I feel like therapy or counseling could be something that you use like the gym, right? Like I'm not injured. I don't need to go to physical therapy, but I like working out is good so that it prevents that, you know? So like it's the same with therapy or counseling, right? You go to it so like it prevents you from needing to hit that rock bottom or that whatever point in your life negatively to where you're like, okay, maybe I should go. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so I'm saying like, it's interesting because I've never gone, I had this new perspective where I'm like, okay, I could go. Like I definitely could go. I feel like there would definitely be benefits, but I've never like, I guess, been diagnosed where I need to go or anything along those lines, you know?
Right.
And not in a negative way, but like, I've just never had that, never needed that, quote unquote, needed, right? But it's interesting you say that. It's like you want somebody that you know and that cares. Because that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
when you're hurting and you want, like you talk to somebody, like you're like, you want them to care and feel for you. But from my perspective, it's like, I feel like talking about it not regardless of who it's to, right? Because like if you have, let's say you're mad at somebody and you're like a passive aggressive person, saying it to somebody else is going to help you feel better about it. Saying it to that person is going to be hard for you, right? Although you might get the same effect, the reason you're passive aggressive is because you don't want to confront the person head on, right? And so saying it to somebody else would make you feel better. So it's like in therapy, the biases of somebody knowing you and somebody having that intimate or personal relationship with you could, in my opinion, be hurtful. You know,
Definitely.
Because if Ryan's coming to me and asking me for guidance and stuff on like something very serious, I'm gonna say whatever I feel like is best for Ryan, right? When that's might not be always the option, that's good, and that's just my perspective. Like I don't know,
That's it. That's it. Like, that's what life is.
Yeah.
It's perspective. Like, that's why you talk to other people. That's why Ryan's going to ask you, hey, man, I'm struggling with this. What do you think I should do? Like, that's why I go to so many different people, because you get all these perspectives, and there are 8 billion people on this earth. There are 8 billion different perspectives of this life.
Yeah.
And you have so many opportunities to grow. And if you decide you just want to just shut up and let your feelings eat you alive, you don't have any way to grow, because you don't know what anybody else is saying. You don't know anybody else's thoughts on the matter.
Right.
Like, that's the best way to do it. Talk to your boys. Talk to your homies. Like, people love you for who you are, and they're going to accept you for who you are. And that's why I don't know if I don't like therapy, but I also understand too, like what you said, whenever you go to somebody that you have that personal, intimate relationship with, and you try to talk to them about this one thing, and then it can hinder that relationship. Whereas you've got this outside source, they have nothing on you. They don't know anything about you. It's so much easier to come at people that you have no clue who the fuck they are. They don't know who you are.
I agree.
And you can literally just sit there and just spill your whole guts to them and bawl your eyes out. And it's so much harder to do with the people you love.
Yeah, I think the first thing, like, automatically my head just went to, like, if I tell somebody I know, like, it's messed up to think this way, but, like, what if they use this to, like, what if they use this against me in the future, like, where, hey, he's not stable, or, like, he's depressed, or whatever the hell it is.
Right.
So, like, I think that makes a lot of sense, just talking to a random person, because they're not gonna, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
listen,
And you got to think, like, although you're a smart guy, right? Like, I know you're smart. I'm not asking you. I'm telling you, you are smart. You know, I've known you for a long time. I said this I was doing a vlog earlier today. I was like, hey, I got Ryan and Zach coming on the podcast today. And I was like, I've known Ryan literally since I was born. It's weird. Do you know that story? I'll tell you it after this. I've known Ryan since I was born. I've known you since, what was that?
earthquake.
I've known you, Zach, since like grade school, bro. Like probably middle school, right? 6th grade, 5th grade?
Yeah, 6th grade. Your dad sent me a picture the other day.
Playing saxophone, right?
Yeah.
Was it of me or was it all of us?
It was all three of us. Me, you, and Nick Garza.
Yeah, dude. I was chubby as crap. It was funny. I saw it too. He sent it to me. But like, it's weird because think about that. I've known you since the 6th grade. I've known Ryan like, what is that? How old were you in the 6th grade? 16, 15, 14?
No, you're like 11,
For
12.
real? Are you serious?
12.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
11 or 12.
11. Like we were 11 when we met. That means I've known Ryan for 11 years longer than you. That also means I've known you I'm 24 now. So for over half of my life, I've known you now. Isn't that weird to think about?
I love thinking about that.
That's wild. That's wild. But you're a smart guy. But there's things that these therapists and these counselors know that you don't know, right? And they know how to like, what's that noise, dude?
You got somebody living in the vents.
Are you for real? That's neither of y'all?
I just farted.
Is that what that was?
No, I didn't put the microphone in my ass.
Is that not one of you guys?
No, I hear that. I think that's, I don't know, dude.
That's the craziest thing, dude. That's freaking me out because that's never happened before. This is the biggest episode of the year, and this is
demons.
Check those vents, dude. I'm telling you.
Dude, that's wild.
I have some rats.
Anyways, the whole point of what I'm saying is, Zach, is that you're a smart guy, and I think that almost hurts you in this instance because it's like you're thinking about who this is. You're really analyzing the situation instead of just telling them how you feel and letting them do their job. You know what I'm saying? Because it's their job at the end of the day.
That
and
makes
it's
sense.
not a negative thing to you. Like, I would do that too. It's hard to not like, I understand that. Like, who the heck is this? Like, why would I tell you, not somebody I love? Why would I pay you to do it? And it's almost like worse that you have to pay him. You know what I'm saying?
My first therapist I ever had that I can remember was Miss Ann.
Miss Ann?
Miss Ann, she was
Dude,
office
can I tell you something
out
real
of
quick?
Yeah,
Miss Ann. Does she have an office in Acton?
Acton, 2-story.
Is that what you were about to say?
Yeah, it's
Dude.
literally the words I was gonna say out of my mouth.
That's wild, bro. I used to. This is the weirdest thing ever, but I don't remember the grade. I'm not very good with memory, but I knew a Miss Ann that had a building in Acton, right? Like I think it was like a 2 or 3 story, whatever you said. And she used to tell me all of the things that her patients would tell her about like what they were going through. So I know everything you've been through, everything you've done. No, I'm just kidding. I interrupted your story for that stupid thing. I'm sorry.
You know a lot. Nobody knows everything.
Dude, Miss Ann?
You know a lot of it.
You had
though.
me going there, dude. I was like, yeah, okay.
Good.
No, she all my siblings, we all went there.
To Miss Ann.
We all went to Miss Ann in her building in Acton. My dad would take us every week.
Do you think the fact that all of your siblings went there was negative?
No, hell
You
no.
think it was positive?
Yeah, because
She got all the info.
yeah, she got everything.
That's good.
That's the thing about life is she had 5 perspectives.
Yeah.
On the same thing.
The same family.
The 5 perspectives on the same event.
Okay.
You know, like, and yeah, same family. You know, like this one thing that happened that could have been super like traumatic for me and my siblings. We were all able to go in and tell her all our perspectives on it.
Yeah.
And that was like I was close to her. She was somebody I could go in, I could tell her how I felt about every single thing on the entire earth. And so no, I don't think that therapy is a bad thing. I love therapy. I support therapy. But I support going to the right person for the right cause.
Okay.
For the right answer.
Makes sense.
Because the last time I went to therapy when I was 17 and my dad took me to Fort Worth, I had never met this guy before. And when I walked in, like my heart and like my soul didn't feel good. Like like I didn't feel welcome. You know, with Ann, I was so welcome. I could tell her, I don't even know if she's alive now. And if she is, I'll go see her because she knows me from when I was 4 years old, and she can tell me and help me figure out why I am the way I am, why I struggle with my insecurities, and why my mental state is where it's at right now. Like nobody else can really do that besides my siblings or who I grew up with, like Chris Kuplik's family. I saw his sister last weekend, and she gave me a revelation, you know, something that I've been wondering and trying to figure out for myself. And then I heard her perspective. And she told me exactly why I am the way I am in one aspect of my life. And that blew my mind. And that made me so much more at peace with myself because I realized what I need to change. And so like, that's why I'm an advocate, not for therapy. I'm an advocate for therapy. I'm an advocate for speaking to those that you love and who aren't going to judge the shit out of you for it.
Yeah.
You know, you can judge somebody negatively. You can judge them positively. We all judge. It doesn't matter. You know, you can just, people take things differently. Like, that's why you just got to talk to somebody. It don't matter who you talk to.
I agree with that. Do me a favor. Lift up your mic and put it on like the edge to where it won't fall, but it's closer to your face. It's going to fall if you let it go.
How is this?
It sounds really good, but
I don't want to reach. I don't trust it.
Yeah, dude, that's good. Yeah, I'm an advocate for that too. I think at the end of the day, what you're searching for is just an assumption. And I kind of know you a little bit, you know, so I kind of have an educated opinion.
Masa Menace.
You're, yeah, Masa Menace. Okay. All right, guy, get out of here. I think you're searching for, and what you crave is just good, authentic people. Because you've always been that kind of guy. I've always known you to like befriend people for who they are, not for like the crowds that they're in and like situations that they can get you into. Well, that's a good thing. It's a good thing, you know?
Yeah.
Except for that one time in 7th grade, whenever you totally ditched us for Ben Franklin and his group of friends because they could get into the senior ball.
Who's Ben Franklin and what the fuck is the senior ball?
First of all, Ben Franklin invented electricity. Second of all, the senior ball was, I mean, the senior class had a ball where they went and danced and had punch and stuff.
I never went there.
Ryan was the senior of that class.
And they had lights because of Ben Franklin. So
That's true.
Thank you, Ben, for the invite.
Why is that the first person I thought of?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's kind of weird.
I was going to say somebody we knew, but I was like, don't do that. That's not a smart idea. And then I went to Ben Franklin. So it's like, I don't know. It's weird.
It's pretty good.
You guys, so, okay, I have a question. I don't know the answer to this question. That's why I'm asking it. I don't know why I preface all my questions like this, but I'm doing it anyways. Ryan?
Yeah, Ryan.
When you guys get ready to come over to somebody's house for a podcast, and that somebody's me, unless you've been invited to other podcasts that I haven't heard yet, which I would like to that's the case. When you guys are like, no, you're going to be on a podcast, what do you guys think? Like, when someone like me, some idiot, right? I'm like a freaking dumb idiot that's stupid and stinks like crap and feet, and I got armpit hair that doesn't smell good, and a freaking, just a bunch of stuff. When you guys know you're going to come on a podcast like this, what do you guys think? Do you guys think of like stuff you want to talk about, or are you like, oh, this guy's going to bring the heat, like he's got it all, we don't need to think about anything? That's a genuine question, because I have no idea what you guys think or feel coming into these situations, like any guest, because by experience, some guests come in with like stuff ready to say, some guests are completely dead silent unless I'm like, so like, how about the weather? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you guys do? Like, how do you prepare, or how do you not prepare, or like, what do you think about?
I think so. Like, the first time we did it, I didn't know what to expect, because obviously my first one.
Right.
So I was a little more reserved with like, what was he gonna ask? What he asked, and then when you asked that last question about the jail situation, that made me loosen up, even though it was the end. So like this time I came in thinking like, all right, it's all on the table, whatever. Like, so that way I don't have to like I have a certain mindset right now where you can ask me anything, I'd probably just answer it. So,
that's good.
I feel more open.
That's good. Feel the same way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think whenever I come on your podcast, second time now, first release.
Yeah, maybe.
We'll talk about
we're
that
not
after.
We're not done talking yet.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. Well, I haven't had enough to drink, so I think I'll be okay
Sure.
this time.
Randomly, sorry to interrupt, I had probably 2 shots of whiskey in that glass I just had.
That's good.
I feel it in my eyes. I haven't drank it so long. I feel it in my eyes.
Are they heavy or what?
Yes, dude. I'm like borderline buzzed. I'm gonna drink another glass and see what it does to me.
Cross-eyed?
I'm gonna be cross-eyed. What about you?
When I come on your podcast the first time, I think about everything you could say.
Yep.
But I also think about what I want to say too. And most of the time, I'm not going to say what I want to say unless I'm prefaced with a question that makes me give that answer.
Yeah.
And so I come into it pretty much just like Ryan, like just you expect whatever, and you just roll with it.
Yeah, which is good. And I appreciate both of you guys for saying that, because part of the thing that makes this special is like what I said earlier. It's like authenticity.
I'm trying to freaking get this bug out of here, dude.
You would.
Hey, don't come up for
That's
fly.
hilarious.
Give the signs, dude.
No, but seriously, that's what makes it like. That's what I'm trying to find. There's definitely, and this can be done in many different ways, but there is a formula to what makes podcasts good, right? And it depends on the type of podcast, but this is an entertainment podcast. I know there's people out here watching, and like, for me as a host, I have to be a little bit more energetic, that I'm realizing, right? And my intent with this isn't to be like serious and like find out about your backstory, although I am interested in it. Like when it's a dual one, it's hard to be like, Zach, let's talk about your past and your history, right? And then I'm like, Ryan, let's talk about your past and your history. Like you can't do it with two people, right? And situations come up naturally. We talked about it. We got a little deep just now, which is perfect. I love that. And it's going to be great. People are going to listen because it's sincere and it's authentic, and it's going to draw people's attention.
Well, that's all I do, is not draw
Smoke?
people's attention. That too, yeah. I mean, yeah, no, that's all I do is talk about shit that actually matters. I hate small talk.
That's good. That's good. Especially for a setting like this. Ryan, you're like that too. Yeah. But my point in saying this is like, I appreciate that because that's what makes this thing work. And not that like, my intention is truly authentic, and I hope, and like, at the end of the day, we'd be having conversations like this regardless of a mic or not, and we're going to go to the bar after this or whenever and grab food and drinks, and we're going to have a great conversation as well there, right? Nothing's going to change, which is the whole goal of mine, right? Is to like have a bar conversation in here so that people can hear it, right?
Right.
That's my whole point. And so I appreciate you guys coming open-minded and like not reserved. It's hard to do a podcast when the guest is reserved. And like, you heard the podcast I recorded last week. Me and my brother. So I haven't released one in 2 weeks. I released one yesterday. The past 2 weeks, I didn't release one. The reason being is because the first week I was like under the weather. My allergies like effed me up, so I couldn't. The second week, I recorded one with my brother Zach. You know Zach. I don't know why I said my brother Zach. I recorded one with my brother over Zoom. Excuse me. It was the worst podcast I've ever done in my life.
Suck it, Zach.
I'm gonna freaking
Suck it, Zach.
dude. I said we got done. I was like, all right, Zach, thanks for being on, bro. I love you, man. Talk to you later. And he's like, all right, love you too, bro. And I ended the Zoom. And I think I called him back on Zoom or texted him. I was like, hey, I'm not airing that. That was so boring. I said, right away, I was like, yeah, this is so boring.
That was also one thing I thought of on the way here. Like, I got to be better than Zach.
Yeah, dude, there's your motivation right there.
Yeah.
Zach will for sure listen to this, so good.
I might.
My brother, Zach.
Oh, shit. I'm not listening then.
No, but seriously, it was so boring. And it was like,
Was it just you and him, or?
It was just us on Zoom, and it was boring, and it was like nothing entertaining. I opened it up with saying some jokes because I know my brother likes jokes. I'll actually say a joke right now.
When are you gonna bring Adam on?
Let me pull it up, dude. He wants to come on.
Yes,
dude. I'm not kidding. He wants to bring one of his buddies. I'm not gonna say his name because there may or may not be a podcast recorded with them soon. I don't want to give anything away, but he recorded a. Dang it! I think I erased it. I think I remember it though, the joke. But he called me the other day. He's like, hey, you want me and blank to be on the podcast? Like, we'll do it. I'll do it tomorrow. I was like, Dad, yes, I do. Like, I desperately want both of them to be on the podcast. Or just my dad. You guys know my dad. He's a freaking idiot.
Oh no, I love Adam.
He's such a clown, dude, and he's got a million stories. But
Tommy's got to wear the gorilla suit, dude. He's gotta wear that when he's sitting here.
Dude, I was like, Dad, I love that idea, but it has to be in person. It's so different when it's not in person, especially. And my dad's like not super old, but he's an old guy. Like they're not like the vibe is going to be harder than it would be if it was us three talking over Zoom. Do you know what I mean? Like they just don't get it. Like older people like that, idiots. You know.
Dad? You said it, not me.
Dad, did you hear that? You idiot. No, but seriously, like it's so hard to get the point across and to get the same feeling you get like being face to face with somebody. So I'm like, Dad, I can't, dude. We can't do that high caliber of a freaking podcast over Zoom because it's gonna be nonstop jokes, dude. Yeah. Like he's so funny. His stories are so funny, and the guy he wanted to bring on is just a crazy, weird guy. That's hilarious, you know? So, and there's a lot of people in my family like that I would love to bring on and have on, but it's just got to be in person. There's like no other way to do it. Yeah. I mean, and I heard that verbally or audibly, whatever you listened through, but I heard that from Joe Rogan. He was like, I don't do Zoom stuff because you don't feel this. It's not the same. It's a different thing is what he says. And I was like, how? And then I did a couple of Zoom podcasts, and I was like, "Oh, this sucks." Yeah, they're still good. Like you still get the point across, but it's not like if you're trying to be funny and entertaining, it's so hard to do it. It's so hard to do it, especially when you're not famous. You know, like if I'm not like Conan O'Brien, I don't have this large name that makes you already want to tune in and stay involved. You can't do that.
I'm telling you, last time I felt like I was kept talking over Pinson, so it made me like stop every time and hesitate. So I get it.
Yeah, and Zoom, like, so there's different screens you can choose from. You've done a Zoom call before. You can either do one where it's like all the people that are in the show at once on the screen, so everybody has a smaller screen, or you can do it to where the person talking is full screen, right? So then every time you talk, your face pops up on mine, and Ryan, same thing. And so when it's like that, there's a lag because it's over the internet. Yeah. And so when Ryan's talking and finishing his sentence and I start talking, it doesn't pop my face up instantly. It's Ryan's. And you can't have them both if we're both talking at the same time. It's weird. It's just a weird combination. But yeah, we'll have him on in person. 2 things I was going to do. Oh. Okay, so listen to this. So I think last week was a bisexual visibility day or week or something, right? And essentially what that means is like the LGBTQ community, they keep adding, and I'm not like disrespecting, but they keep, there's like the letters keep getting longer, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm being genuine. I'm not trying to be like facetious or anything like that. I don't know how to say that word.
Neither does I.
I don't know how to say it. My dad told me all the time I was facetious.
Facetious. Yeah?
Snaps.
Facetious. Yes.
So last week was Bisexual Visibility Week or whatever. And so the reason being is because kind of like what I just said is like they keep adding letters. And so bisexual people, since they're they're half gay, half not gay is what that means, right? Like they swing both ways. They don't feel seen. And so like the whole point of bisexual visibility is to like have them a day or a week where they feel seen. And I was thinking about it and I was like, there's a simple solution to this. Like, cause you know, like at first it was like, and I'm not like, this all sounds bad, but like, I don't mean it in a negative way. Like, it's like, cause gay people were like, have been fighting for their rights for years and they still really don't have the full rights that just regular people do. Regular heterosexual people is what I mean by that. And then like transsexual, how do you say it? Transgender. I don't know why I almost said transsexual. Transgendered people kind of like outshine, and like the next category kind of outshines the previous, kind of leaving them in the dust. And then like bisexual, you think about it, you're part straight, part gay, right? So last week was Bisexual Visibility Week or something. And I was like, there's a simple solution to this. Everybody who's not bisexual, just wear bifocals. And that will solve everything. No? Flat.
I went really flat.
Hey, are you gonna tell him about the comedian?
Let me.
Oh shit!
Wait a
no,
second.
no.
First of all, I went way too long with that one.
Yeah,
this got me right here.
me too, man.
I forgot what I was saying halfway through, and then I had to remember it. I was like, I don't know why I over-explained everything. Last week was Bisexual Visibility Week. The solution to that is bifocals. That's what I should have said.
Yeah.
You
live and you learn.
Listen to this though.
There you go.
Dude, you look like
Kid Rock.
No, not Kid Rock. Right now, you
Gay
don't.
Thor.
You look like. Yes, you look like.
Yeah.
What's his name, dude?
Without the Thor part.
The guy that does the guy that plays the guitar, Ted Nugent, young Ted Nugent with the mustache. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I know who Ted Nugent. I know who
I need
Ted
a pick.
Nugent
I need
is.
a pick.
I don't
Let's
think
see
I
it.
look like Ted Nugent. I think I'm more. I get
This dude is
especially
Kid Rock, dude.
Kid
Come on.
Rock, the Nirvana shirt. I get Kurt Cobain a lot, and I said,
I was
"Yeah,
gonna
the
say
reason I'm
something
here
like
is I'm
that.
not
Is your first
27
celebrity
yet."
guest, Kid Rock? That's what I said at the beginning of that.
There's a dude. I'm so mad at myself for going too long on that. I literally
wanna hurt
forgot
his
what I was
feelings.
saying. And
Hey, yeah, I fucked it up. Hey,
Whatever.
Hey, you got something I can poke in here to get? Oh, never mind. Where we go?
All right.
Now you're gonna get little pieces in there.
Zach has a bottle of wine. Oh yeah, you don't really look like him, but I can only see your mustache and your hair looks crazy. So this is the picture I thought of.
Okay, that kind of.
A little bit, right?
A little bit.
Just a tad. I mean,
I still
It
think
looks
Kid
like a
Rock.
perm.
That's
I've
Ted-
been thinking about getting one.
that's Ted Nugent, by the way, boys. I can't believe I remembered his name. Zach, I was going to tell you this earlier. Oh, I got a text. Okay.
Are we taking a cell phone break?
Oh man.
I probably got a few employees text.
Gosh dang it.
Everything good?
Yeah. Let me see.
I thought Zach was supposed to do an ad read. What's going on?
I'm ready, bitch. Let's go.
Dude, I'm so annoyed that I went too long on that joke.
That's okay, man. That's my life.
I know. I'm not like mad. I'm mad at myself more than anything. Like I
Mad
don't
at
care
you,
that
dude.
I don't care that it fell flat. It fell flat last time too, but I thought something would be different. I don't know. Okay. So low key, Taylor's blocked in the driveway right now, but she said she's getting picked up, so she's cool.
I blocked her?
Yeah. Well, no. So the neighbor parked to the left of you, and so
Oh.
then she's blocked. But it's okay. Okay.
Cool. Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. I should have told you to move, but I mean, it's not a big deal. I didn't think she was going anywhere. She's not allowed to. I don't know why she's leaving. There we go. Hey, we back. What'd you just take a picture of me for? What's that picture you took of me for?
It's a Snapchat story.
Did you send it to my dad?
No, you can view it on my story though.
You son of a bitch.
I don't know about that one.
Okay, so I was going to tell you this earlier. Ryan Maldonado was born in Midland Memorial Hospital.
Ryan Gabriel Maldonado.
That's not it.
Ryan Gabriel.
Shout out Michael Olson.
Is that his middle name?
Oh yeah, he used to call me that. No, I forgot about that. His brother.
That's pretty funny.
10th
His
grade.
brother. I was in 10th grade. He was a junior. We had Spanish together. And
So he was in 11th grade?
Yeah. And he would just he said stuff like that all the time. And then he said stuff about like me mowing lawns and stuff. You know.
Oh, we used to mow lawns.
Yeah, we did. Well,
He's not wrong.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Technically, right? He got you on a
That's
technicality.
true. That's true. I forgot about that.
Mowing lawns.
He's right by default.
That is so funny.
Yeah, that's a funny,
Okay, so-
his brother's a funny guy. I won't lie.
No, Michael's awesome, man.
Funnier
So,
than Zach.
Ryan heard.
I met him, I think once, and he was funny, but it was like one of those weird situations where you're like, oh, I don't really know this guy, so I don't know, like, you know, the vibe was off. And I know we were in a situation where he had people he knew. I don't even remember where we met. I was with you, obviously, and then he had friends there or something, so I was like, I don't know. But whatever. He's a cool guy.
So, okay,
Please don't
so
beat me up.
Ryan
Please
was.
don't beat me up. Please don't beat me up.
Oh, no. Whenever he gets back down here, he will. I'll make sure we come down here.
He will what? Please
I'll
don't
be
beat me
there.
up.
Beat your ass.
Nah,
I said,
I'll be
please
there.
don't beat me up. And you said he will. And so does that mean he will? Please don't beat me up?
No, it means he will beat you up.
Oh, please don't.
Okay, well, I'll let him know. He shouldn't.
Dude, this is so good.
Yeah, let him know, dude.
I don't know, man. Gabriel will be here, too. We're just going to film it.
Not if
We're
you-
going to film it. Oh, let me get a little video of you guys for the vlog.
So, okay. So, Ryan Gabriel Maldonado was born in Midland Memorial Hospital.
Yes.
What
Okay.
about that story?
Okay,
Correct,
so
correct.
two things. Okay, first of all, what's up, guys? This is for the vlog. This is mid podcast. You guys both did that at the same time, right? When I turned the camera, do it again. There we go. You dummies.
Synchronized.
You freaking dummies. Okay,
Midland Memorial.
Ryan was born in Midland Memorial Hospital. The year was 1994,
Correct.
June 12th,
Correct.
1994. Probably at like 6 o'clock. I don't know.
That's actually, I think that's correct as well.
Wow, that's awesome.
That's kinda
Anyways.
crazy.
My brother was born in the same hospital, approximately
18 days.
18 days later. I'm not good at math. I was born in the hospital 3 days later, but 3 years later as well. That's 3 days. We were all born in the same hospital, even my sister. We lived in the same town. I don't know who moved first or what happened first, but everybody moved to Granbury. His family, my family. Not the whole family, but just his immediate family and my immediate family.
We knew each other, or they knew each other and stuff.
Yeah.
Friends and all that.
So literally we've known Ryan since we were born. And it's weird because I've known that for a long time. But then somebody said it again when I was in high school. And I was like, oh, that's why he's always here and we're always there.
It sounds
didn't-
nuts, dude, if you think about
It's
it.
a crazy story considering how, like,
And, like, our dads do, like, the same, like, work and all that. Like, it's crazy, dude.
dude, no joke. My dad, and I assume your dad, has been doing lineman, like electric work their whole lives pretty much. As
Yeah.
soon as they're able to do work, that's what they've been doing. And all of my uncles from my dad's side do the exact same thing and have been doing the same thing since they were able to work.
I want to say my dad started contracting like 17 or something. Like that. He's
Dude,
been
that's
doing it
so
ever since.
wild. Wild, dude.
It's nuts, dude.
I think it's really smart.
What is? There was a
Doing
lot
that.
said.
Doing being a lineman for, I'm assuming, 30, 40 years. There's a lot of money in being a lineman.
My dad only did it because his dad did it. And, like, his dad would just took him to work, and he was the only one that stood with it. The rest of the uncles just stopped doing it because they hated it.
Yeah. It's hard work, dude.
Yeah, it's super hard work.
You
Especially in the weather in Texas, dude.
Mhm.
It's gotta
You-
suck.
Oh, hell yeah.
You get to a point. I mean, this isn't like, think about it. Like, I mean, your dad is probably, he's not out still doing field work like that.
Nah, he's an office rat now.
He hasn't been doing that
Smart
for a
man.
couple of years, right? Like quite a few
Couple
years.
years, yeah.
But like it took him 20, 30 years to get to that point to
Oh,
where
yeah.
he was, you know what I'm saying? It's like the 90% of your job, you're doing like hard labor. And then 10% you're like lucky. If you're lucky, then
That-
you're not.
That's why I respect the hell out of my dad, because at my age right now, he just moved to Granbury and he was working like 7 days a week, just busting his ass, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm like, dude, right now it's cake what I'm doing compared to what he had to do.
Yeah. Think about me,
Started
dude.
from nothing. Man.
Look at what I'm doing. My dad was like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm talking to people, dude. Trying to make money talking to people. I don't know why you did what you did. Imagine if my dad was like, what if I could just get a couple microphones and have a conversation with people? Back
Millions
in
of
Or just
followers.
One of the first ones, dude.
back in like the 90s. That'd be wild. Yeah, dude. So we've known each other for years. And what were you going to say?
I don't know.
I think this is what you were going to say.
I think you just intimidated him.
He intimidated me? Yeah. I did that first before you did it.
What? Yeah, I beat you that time.
You beat me the first time. Not. Yes. Thank you, everyone.
We need to have a boo one.
There was
Yeah,
a boo,
for
and I took it
anytime I
off.
talk.
It didn't sound good. What?
For any time I talk, have the boo.
What?
For any time I talk, have the boo.
All right.
Or the.
I love this thing, dude.
Oh, same, man.
Hey, open your mouth.
What is that called?
Open your mouth. Open your mouth. No, not your. That come out of your mouth?
Yeah, you suck. You got me the first time.
This is delayed, dude. You. Okay, you ready? Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Fuck.
You can't say the actual word.
I know, I just said it.
Okay, ready?
Damn
3,
it.
2, 1.
Beat you that time too.
Anyways, you were saying, oh, Zach, what is it you're doing nowadays? What is it that you are doing nowadays?
I own my own business. I do residential remodeling and construction.
Why? Let me preface this like I
Okay.
do with everything. Don't know why, but I do it.
First things first.
We went to college. We went to high school together. We went to college together.
Yeah.
All three of us went to college together.
Yeah.
Which is freaking cool.
George Strait.
George Strait, dude.
George Strait.
Backyard.
Marlboro Reds.
That was you, not me.
No, shut the hell up.
Inside stories don't work on this thing, you mother.
Yeah, dude.
No, put the.
That's so long. But seriously though, same high school, same college. We all have the same girlfriend. We're all getting married.
She was mine first.
to the same girl.
Hey, watch your mouth. Take a break.
Polygamy,
We need a
but
break.
opposite.
Zach, you didn't graduate college, but you're like 30 credits short or 15 or some ridiculously
Semester
small,
and a half.
Very small, a semester and a half a semester.
1.5 semesters. Sorry, let me use a decimal. 1.5 semesters.
So is that like 20-something hours?
About, yeah.
No, the reason what you said semester and a half.
Yeah.
And so for some reason,
So
my brain,
pretty much 2 semesters.
my brain thought you meant, my brain thought you said a half a semester and another half a semester. So it's like a full semester. But
I speak in fractions.
I misheard you. Anyways. And then you bought your house. You bought a house in Lubbock before you graduated college, which I thought was brilliant. As soon as I knew that you bought a house and we went over there for that barbecue, we were like, that dude cooked me that raw burger and I bit into it. It was
Clayton.
so soft. Yeah, nice.
Burger
way
Master.
Way to say his name, bro.
Hey, man, we don't.
Why was that guy on the grill?
Zach
Because
wanted
he
him on the
demanded
grill.
it. No.
Zach said, yeah, Clayton, I want you on the... I just said his name.
You asshole.
You know what I've learned?
Hello.
I've learned that people that like demand to be on the grill, they don't know how to cook.
I
most
know.
of the time,
People who
dude.
brag about it the most, huh?
I hate that, dude.
Yeah.
I hate that shit.
Dude, you had this dude. You were like, yeah, that was just my my freshman year roommate, dude. He's a cool guy, super nice. I was like, okay, cool. And then I grabbed the burger. I was so hungry. Go figure. Everybody who knows me probably is like, oh, yeah, makes
All you
sense.
do is eat.
All I
love
do
it.
is eat. And you had this freaking fool on the grill, and I bit into a raw burger. I bit into a raw patty that had black on the outside. Do you remember that? You laughed so hard.
I laugh to this day.
That's-
'Cause you know how
that's-
many people came up and asked me about that?
Probably zero.
I ran up to him and I go, Clayton, cook the burgers longer. He goes, well, it's hard whenever you got 20 people asking for burgers. And he's sweating his ass
He
off.
was so sweaty, but he had the grill all the way up.
Yeah.
It was a propane grill. He had it all the way up.
To each their own.
It was miserable. It was funny though. I thought it was hilarious. I took it to bite and it was just soggy. It's like raw meat. Anyways,
That's rough.
I like tartare, so that's fine with me.
the thing. Okay, so what I was saying was, you bought a house, and you like were flipping out. You were like doing some sort of work like that before you graduated college, and while everybody was in college still. And then all of a sudden, the next thing I see is that you're in this random person's house, or it might have been your house, and you were like, yeah, we're going to take the floors out of this and put wood floors in it. Then we're going to put some more drywall up in the second room, and then we're going to redo the bathroom, move it to the kitchen. You were doing stuff like that on your Instagram. I was like, what are you doing, bro? What's the deal? What's up with that?
So I dropped out of college 2 times. I dropped out the first time. Get your hand away from that motherfucker.
You saw me about to push the button.
Yeah.
Mother what?
So, motherfucker. Oh, shit.
Come on, dude.
Damn it.
I'm
We
trying to
missed it
set you
again.
up. All right,
So
continue.
I dropped out of college twice. First time I dropped out, I was like, hey, you know what? I don't need to do this anymore. I'm just going to go work in a trade. And so,
Sorry, bro. I had to.
sorry, man, it smells awful.
You took your eyes away. I had to do it. I knew you were looking. Okay, go ahead.
I know.
You had to do a trade, and what trade was that?
Carpentry. So I got into custom cabinetry and trim. And so I started doing that, and then worked for a couple different guys. And then I was like, I did that for about a year and a half. And I was like, nah, man, I think I'm gonna go back to school. And so I reapplied. I took the two like beginner courses I had left were Poli-Sci 2 and English 2, and got into those summer 2. I failed out of both of them within about a week.
Did you not go or what?
No, I didn't care.
Oh,
School's not for me. My dad graduated from KU as a civil engineer, and so he's got the smarts for school. I've got the intelligence for business. And so dropped out, and then I had applied for 18 hours fall semester, and I had started my business. And right the day before fall semester started, I dropped out of everything because my business started taking off. And so
What
I
business
worked.
was that? Carpentry?
No, remodeling construction. My company's name is Blues General Contracting. We're based out of Lubbock, Texas.
Say that again.
Blues General Contracting. We're based out of Lubbock, Texas. I do jobs not just in Lubbock. I went to Sherman, Texas 3 weeks ago, just north of Dallas for a job that took me 6 hours. Absolutely lucrative as fuck. And so I will go and I'll do my own jobs here and there in different locations.
If it makes sense, right?
Huh?
If it makes sense for you.
If the numbers add up, you know,
Right.
if I go out of town for 2 days, I got to make at least $1,000. And so went out of town for 2 days, did well, made enough money. Then I made a dumbass decision. I went to Choctaw, and the casino it's like 20 miles north of Sherman.
You're an idiot.
No, man, I just enjoy life.
No, that's good. You do
Money
that.
doesn't matter to
You do that.
anybody. And so I mean, I dropped out, I had started my business right before I dropped out of school. It started taking off. I first started like when the pandemic started. I was in Boca Raton visiting Donnie Brawley.
Where's that, Florida?
Yeah, it's close to Miami and at West Palm Beach. I was West Palm Beach.
West Palm Beach. Is that like the city?
Yeah,
West Palm, Florida, right?
West Palm Beach, Florida.
The whole city is called West Palm Beach.
The entire city of West Palm Beach is called West Palm Beach.
Okay.
Just south of that is Lake Worth, Florida.
Where in reference to those
Miami?
is no to West Palm or whatever is Jupiter? Is it north of those? It has to be.
I think Jupiter's north.
Miami's south.
Yeah, I think Jupiter's north of that, but
Okay.
I don't live there and I don't care enough.
I was in Jupiter like a couple months ago, like a month ago,
Oh, that's awesome.
and I'm gonna go there in December. So
That's cool.
But continue. I was just trying to get a
Yeah,
geographical.
yeah. I think Jupiter's north, but I don't know about the geography
I
of
think it's
Florida
north.
very much.
I think it's north.
But I was visiting
Fort
Donnie
Lauderdale.
Brawley,
Yeah.
Brendan Brawley's dad, and it was me and my ex-girlfriend Maya. We were visiting him, and the pandemic started right when we got there. And so I went back. I was working as a server at the Craft House Gastropub in Lubbock, Texas. And I quit my job right when I got back, had $500 in my bank account. I bought a lawnmower and a weed eater because I couldn't afford a leaf blower at that point with $500. And the very next day, no exaggeration, I had 40 lawns. And so that's when my business started. Had 40 lawns very next day. Then I started getting into, like make-readies and doing a little handyman type shit. And then from there, I would have people come up and say, okay, well, hey, can you build me this wall in my house? And that is my background is custom cabinetry and trim and landscaping. And so I was, it's carpentry. And so I was able to go do all these other things. And then I had, at one point, people started coming to me and saying, hey, can you do this? Can you remodel this room in this house? Or can you do this bathroom? Or can you do this kitchen? And I would go, yeah, I can do that. Because what I did and what I've been very good at I'm very gifted with this, and I'm very blessed. I can make a relationship with anybody real quick. And so I had a master carpenter with 49 years experience build my cabinets, had a painter with 40 years experience doing 42 years experience doing all my painting, had my electrician with 25 years experience doing all my electrical work. I had somebody for every single thing I needed done, but the things I could do, I did them. And so then I started thinking I need to hire somebody. So then I started hiring hourly guys. And once that happened, my business completely took off because now I can have my hourly guys do these little small jobs that will take them 6 hours, and I'll pay him $13 an hour. You know, that dude's making, $80, and he's happy with that. I'm out here making 400, 500.
That sounds.
Welcome to business. Like, that's capitalism.
I hope he doesn't.
No, it is. You're right. It just sounds wild when you say it like that.
Yeah. I mean,
Makes
like,
sense.
I agree. You should make more, but I mean, that's just wild. I mean, give me some of that.
Well, I mean, if you want it, I can, but not really. Won't do that. Unless you're giving me something. Love. Don't wink at me.
I didn't wink.
It was just I twitched.
It's the alcohol. Yeah, it's just.
No, and so like I ended up doing
I only needed to blink with one eye.
I'm the same way sometimes, but I started to figure out my business, and I'm finally at that point where I know my I know what I need to do, and I've finally figured out my formula to succeed and to make a lucrative amount of money. And so, yeah, I mean, it's been phenomenal. I mean, the last year and a half, like the first, I started my first year in business, calendar year was, I had started in March. From March to December, in 9 months, my company grows $287,000. I personally should make probably about $140K, but I fucked up so many times. I made about 12, maybe 15 grand in 9 months, and it screwed the shit out of me. But now I'm finally at the point to where I grew my business enough and I figured out what exactly I need to do with it. And so I am making a fuck ton more money now. And it's like, that gives me the freedom to come down here and do this. You know, I haven't been home on a weekend in 2 months, and I'm able to travel and do whatever the hell I want, see whatever I want, whoever I want, buy whatever I want. And it's it's a very freeing thing, but it's also taught me too that money really isn't anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, we as human beings equate money to freedom, which that is definitely true to an extent, but it doesn't equate, money does not equate happiness.
Agreed.
Let me challenge that. I think you're right. And I think that money does equal freedom. And that's kind of how the outlook I have on it is. Because the job I was working at, I was making good money. I don't have many bills. I have bills. Don't get me wrong. Loans, bills, whatever you want to, whatever. But I was making enough to where I was like, okay, those are covered.
Comfortable.
Right? Those are covered. And I have whatever, like, not like, I can't go like on a vacation to another country or another state, but I can do like whatever I want in the confines of like Texas, pretty much, you know? Very comfortable. And no drinking, please. Now, I'm very comfortable, right? And so then you realize, like, you start, like, for me, I was like, dude, I would rather make less money and just do something more fulfilling, or, like, figure whatever it is out that I want to do in this world. So, like, things changed. Now I'm working a part-time job where it's, like, money's not good. And, I mean, I have more freedom because, well, time allocation, but I can do this, right? Without feeling like anything's going to happen or like in any issue. And like the money that I made at that other job gave me the opportunity to get the stuff to like have you guys come down here so that we could record a high quality product for people to listen to. So I totally get that. Where I challenge it is that I don't think the majority of people think that way. And I think that's because they don't have either somebody to tell them, hey, money's not going to make you happy. What are you doing? do what you want to do, right? Like people like, I'd say that it's like a very sad thing when people are caught up in their jobs and they're like, they're living to work instead of working to live.
I agree.
Yeah. And like, it's just like a misconception people have, and it's hard to have those misconceptions corrected when you don't have anybody to correct them for you. You know what I'm saying? So Zach, you're learning that like with real world experience. You've learned that like, okay, I've been broke. Now I'm making money, but I'm still not happy. So I'm going to do what makes me happy in the meantime. And the money's going to be there to just help me do that, right? And maybe those things will make you happy, or maybe those things will just make you less whatever it is you are currently. You know, does that make sense?
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
So the challenge is like, I don't think most people agree.
Yeah.
I think most people would say money makes you happy.
Most people are happy, like,
right?
You know, you're a lot happier on a jet ski than you are in a fucking single wide trailer.
I mean, it depends on what you're doing with it.
Exactly.
Bro, we lived in a single wide trailer for years.
Yeah, that's
where
we
were really
up.
happy.
I was too. Like,
Same.
I will never, like, youngest 6 kids raised by a single mom. All we did is grow up in a single wide trailer.
Yeah.
And like, I wouldn't trade that. Yeah, I remember.
Mm-hmm.
And then you spent the night at my dad's too, the other trailer.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, I mean, that I will never trade my childhood and where I come from for what I have now, or I would never go back and say, man, I wish I had a 2-story, 5,000 square foot mansion and all this shit, because I wouldn't be the person I am now. Like, I'm going to have that. Now I'm going to build that myself. I'm not going to, yes.
You're literally going to build that? That'd be cool. I'm just curious.
Well, yeah. I'm selling right now. I'm remodeling my house in Lubbock.
Really? Your house, your personal house?
Yeah, the one you went to, 28th University.
Oh, don't say that out loud, though. I'm going to have to bleep that out.
I don't care. Do whatever you want.
He likes company, dude.
I do
whatever.
like company. I'm lonely.
That's why that car freaking went through his fence that one day.
Shit, that's happened 3 times.
Has it really?
God.
Yeah.
Well, no wonder
Chris
you're trying
Cook
to
almost
move,
died
dude.
that night.
How? Was he in the backyard?
His room
No.
is right there.
Chris's room
that's
was right here in that corner. That fence, or that driver had taken off almost every single picket to his room, and he had just laid down 5 minutes before. And so he heard it happen. He runs outside, and this car is flipped over 3 houses across the street. This guy gets out of the car, and Chris, like, there's people outside. Chris goes, anybody called 911? No. He runs inside, calls 911. This guy, obviously shit-faced.
Wow.
He calls somebody. They come and pick him up. He just leaves his car in this person's yard overnight.
Was he a young guy?
I wasn't there. I don't know.
College student, you think?
I'm assuming, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Wow.
yeah.
I feel like a college student would have a buddy that would pick him up like that. You know what I mean?
Not even college student. I don't know. I wouldn't do that. I don't know if I would do that. My homeboys are not really.
You must maybe just freaking erase this whole episode by what you just said.
Yeah, I know. Incriminating shit.
I would
right
have
there.
to erase this whole episode again, dude.
Oh, shit.
Can I throw something in?
Raise your hand first. Okay.
Nah,
yeah, you.
Um,
Yeah, go ahead.
you know how you were
Please.
saying, like,
Please.
if you're doing something you like you don't think money's like a big deal, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I agree with that. I just think it like depends on the situation because when I lived here,
Right.
I obviously you went to my place a couple times.
Yeah.
It was a nice spot.
Nice place,
I liked
yeah.
the spot. Liked the area. People were nice. But the situation I was in caused me to not like it, I guess you can say.
Yeah.
But it was financially because I was, I went to school. I was working at school with a GA position, working a job to like pay the bills because rent's not cheap. Had an internship towards the end, and then I was still volunteering. But I was doing what I liked because I was volunteering like with basketball and stuff.
Yeah.
But then it just got to the point where I was going like 7 days a week, dude. And I didn't talk to anyone. I was just working.
Yeah.
And it was just miserable. I didn't like it. So I don't know if that's why I don't like this area or if I just, like we were talking about it on the way here, I think DFW is superior to this area. But
I hate Austin.
Do you really?
I fucking hate
Let me tell you,
DFW is superior.
Let me tell you this. I truly believe this. So I feel like Austin is amazing. I love Austin. And it's a simple reason. There's one explanation why, right? It's because of what I want to do, right? I want to be in the comedy world. I want to be in the entertainment world. And like,
makes sense.
it's right down the road. It's 20 minutes away from me at most. Like even they're building comedy like clubs in the Domain. That's 10 minutes from me, And so that's why I'm here. That's why I want to be here.
That makes
I'm
sense.
close. I hear Joe Rogan on my my AirPods when I'm listening at work, and he's literally 40 minutes, an hour max from me. Yeah. I'm like, that's so achievable. That's why it's a dream for me, right? Like, that's my dream. That's my passion. DFW is by far cleaner, probably nicer in most areas, and like very fun. I've been down there. I've been down there. It's cool. I really enjoy DFW.
I think he said it right earlier when we were driving here. He said something like, "There's nicer areas that are like spread." What did you say?
There's little, like, you got little things here and there, like little kind of like, you got Deep Ellum here. You know, you got Lois Greenville. You've got Uptown. You have so many more places that actually are fun. Whereas here, you got a bunch of, and DFW still has a lot of homeless people too.
Yeah, but yeah.
Oh, you guys didn't hear?
What about the what is it? Defunding the police? Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, but Prop A is going to resolve that. There's a proposition that they're voting on within like 5 days, I think.
What is it?
The early voting is in 5 days, or less than 5 days now.
Is it funding the police?
I think so.
Well,
I don't know if it's funding the police. I don't know. I don't want to say it if I don't know it, because I don't know it. But I've seen a lot of infomercials about it, and it's like testimonials of people even in the police force being like, "Yeah, we don't have enough staff," and it's essentially trying to help that cause.
Shout out Sam or what?
Shout out to Sam, dude. He's gonna. I should get him on here, bro. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Get him in trouble. He said he was gonna take me, dude. I told you the story about that, right?
You went to he was at Schlitterbahn, right?
Dude, yeah, we ran into. I haven't seen Sam in 5+ years, and we ran into each other at Schlitterbahn, and I saw him. I was like, I double taked, and I was like, what the heck? And he was already looking at me, and I was like, what are you doing here? Where do you live? Like, why are you here? And he was like, I live in Austin. I'm a cop. I was like, oh, shit.
Well, he doesn't have his beard anymore, right?
No, he didn't. He had a mustache.
He looks like Homer Simpson or what?
He had a mustache. Jacked Homer Simpson.
Homer Simpson.
He had a mustache, and I don't know, he's doing good. And he was like, dude, I'll take you for a ride along. That's like the last thing he said before we left. I was like, are you serious? And he was like, yeah.
Dude, I bet you'd see some crazy stuff.
I bet you if I went on a ride along with him, he would probably get 5 calls, because they're understaffed. They're so understaffed here.
Dude, you got to do that and vlog it.
For the vlog.
You have to see. Yes. That would be wild. Whoa. I mean, we'd have to get, I'm sure he would be like, probably not.
Sign a waiver, dude. That's what you got to do.
He needs to sign the waiver, dude.
Yeah, probably.
But, dude,
you can't do the dirty stuff he usually does.
The 183 bridge, the main highway you guys took to get here, 183. That's how you got it. 183. It's literally, you come out of my cul-de-sac, you turn left, you turn right, you're out the bridge, you're out the highway. It was filled with homeless people like a month ago. One day I get home from work, they were just gone. And I was like, where did they go?
Dude, I hate to ask this question, but I whenever COVID first started, I'm like, how are these people like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how did they not get it? And like, because they're like just all confined in that one area, right?
Here's what I think. Here's my hypothesis. I think that the reason they don't get it is because, first of all, they're outside, right?
Immune system or what?
No, they're outside. Well, maybe their immune system is stronger.
With the corona,
they say people.
Yeah, that's
oh my.
That's what I thought at the beginning.
No, listen. I think it's well known. It's a well-known study that people in prison, since they're confined and they're always with each other, their immune system's always like working, right? Yeah. And so the rates in prisons were, I think, a little bit lower than out in the normal world, whatever. But dude, you have this face on right now. You're not even listening to what I'm saying.
I'm listening, but I'm disagreeing.
He's kind of mad. Look at him.
Okay, hear me out.
He's looking more like Thor right now because he's mad.
Hey, not the gay part.
Not the gay one.
So
chill out, Kid Rock.
I think homeless people, when you're outside, like, I don't think corona has any effect. It gets literally killed by the air and the sun, like the UV rays, and I think also like homeless people's breath just probably kills it.
Zach doesn't believe in corona.
Zach actually told me that the homeless people's breath kills it.
Yeah, it's a fact. Scientific study by me, scientist Zach.
And anyways, they're outside. You're not gonna get sick outside by that, right? But also, like, where are they going to where they're gonna get, like, do all of a sudden does one homeless person just get corona and then it spread throughout homeless people? You know what I'm saying? Like, the chances of homeless people getting it are probably less because you have to get it from somebody else, and they're probably around the least amount of people. That's just my hypothesis. But also, they could have it. I don't know. I haven't tested any of them. Look at it. He's laughing right now like he knows the answers to this.
No, I don't know the answers. I don't know anything.
So why are you laughing like that?
Because you're telling me that this one group of people can't get it, but everybody else can.
That's not what I said.
You're saying homeless people as a group
Yeah.
are less likely to get corona.
Less likely being the key words.
Because they're outside.
Because what AV said, it kills it when it's outside.
What are your thoughts?
Well, it's an
What are my thoughts on what? Homeless people getting corona or overall?
if
No, not overall. I can already tell right now that you're
Yeah.
very, very, very. You have your own opinion about this, and
I do.
You're getting all squirmy over
You're
there,
getting
dude.
all squirmy and
No,
like,
it's just
like
hilarious.
Exactly.
Hey, drink some more wine and just calm down.
Hey,
You just the way
I'm
you're
calm.
the way you're saying this is like you were waiting for this question to be brought up.
Yeah,
And you
yeah,
already
yeah.
No,
had
it's
the answer
it's.
planned out.
I'm not a political person.
No, you
so
sound
whoever's
like it. Yeah, it sounds
I know it. I know it does. So whoever listens to this and thinks I'm a Trumper, you're fucking wrong.
Hey, well, listen, you just admitted it.
I just said I didn't. Shut the hell up. You didn't get it that time,
The
asshole.
volume was down.
He's gonna cut it to where it says I'm a Trumper.
Yeah.
That's what he's gonna
And
do.
we're
dude.
organic. Oh my gosh.
It's gonna say homeless people only get corona. I'm a Trumper.
Holy shit. No, like I am not political. I believe individual rights. Personally, I do not.
Easy on the table. Go ahead,
Yes, Massa. I do not agree with abortion.
dude. No, we're not
Now,
trying to get into
is
your
it-
politics, bro.
No, I'm saying I'm not a political person. I'm just saying I don't agree with abortion, but it's your freedom to decide.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, I'm not a political person. I'm not a Trumper. But for me, I look at this kind of like, okay, this has been going on for how long? How many people have died? And you're also telling me that you can get this vaccine that is going to make you not get the coronavirus, whereas you look at the polio vaccine and everybody says, well, we took the polio vaccine. Also, the first polio vaccine in 1954 killed and paralyzed 240,000 kids. The polio vaccine we take, the second polio vaccine that they made. And so you're telling me that I can get this vaccine for coronavirus and I can still get the coronavirus and I can still spread it to other people, but it's not really like it. What does that do? Like, why am I taking it in the first place?
Dude,
So
Look at the FDA. You're telling me that something.
Stop. I'm sorry to cut you off like that. That's not what I do as a person. Dude, we're not even talking about that. We're talking about homeless people getting it. You're like, you're going off on a tangent. And
Oh,
you
100%.
literally
That's all
said,
I do.
you said, I'm not political. Here
This
are
isn't
my politics.
political.
Like, here's what I'm thinking about.
This-
It's not
if
political. You're right.
You look
You're-
at it politically.
No,
then that
no.
means you're
But
admitting
no,
it's not a real
You said you're not
thing.
a Trumper though, so that's
You're absolutely right that
Or
it's not
political.
political. Listen,
But you're telling me it's not political, and now you're trying to go to no.
no, the way you're saying it sounds political, bro.
Exactly,
It
because
sounds-
everybody views
but
me as a Trumper because I think that way.
Can't
I
cut all
really-
that out.
Yeah.
Okay,
Cut all
Dad.
that out. The way you approach the whole
Yes.
situation, regardless, bro. Even if you had said nothing about Trump, the way your actions and the way you said everything makes us feel like, oh, this is political right off the bat, just because of what you said. I believe you that you're
Because
not.
this virus has been politicized.
No, you're right.
100%.
100%.
100%.
Right. Here's my point.
Everything is nowadays.
You're
That's stupid.
okay. So we were talking about homeless people, and then you started talking about the vaccine. You started talking about Trump. You started talking about like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's not what we're talking about.
Totally tangent. So right.
So okay, here's my point. What are your thoughts on the homeless people getting it? Because what I said is valid. Like it's the
Which
chances
part?
of the chances of you getting the what is it? A disease, an illness, whatever, coronavirus. Whenever you're outside in the
I don't
sun,
know what it is.
the sunlight literally like kills it because think about this. They keep diseases in like cold temperatures
Yeah.
so that they don't die. Right?
Because they're not in a warm environment, an environment that's going to keep them alive.
Well, like warm as in this. Like
Yeah, us.
when you have like when it's an outside, like if I was outside and I was to say something, it wouldn't have any effect because it would be killed by the air. I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
I'm not a scientist. You're not a scientist.
right.
We'll agree
I'm
to
not-
disagree on that
I'm not
part.
claiming. Okay, but my point is like, first of all, take that part out. How is a homeless person going to get it if they're not around somebody who has it? Because they're outside and like, does somebody just get it?
How often are whenever I'm somewhere in a bigger city, I'm approached by homeless people because they want my money. they'll get in my personal space. They're not 6 feet away.
But are you in a car, or are you like, what's
whenever I'm walking down the sidewalk in Uptown Dallas or
Okay, that's fair. I get that.
exactly.
I get that.
And so you're telling me that whenever they speak, it is automatically destroyed, annihilated. There is no virus
dude,
at all.
it's the natty daddy that they're drinking, dude. They can't get it.
The natty daddy, the smell of it though,
God.
is not, that's
8
not destroyed right when it comes out of the mouth.
That 8% just kills
But that
it right
the
away.
coronavirus is.
Honestly, I don't know. Like, I'm not 100% sure, and I'm not claiming
We're not
to know.
scientists.
This is like a hypothesis.
100%.
But I've heard a lot of things, and I've read a lot of things that say like your chances of getting it outside are way less than getting it inside because of the fact
Totally
that
agree.
Makes
right.
sense, yeah.
That was my point, and
Totally
maybe I
agree
didn't
with you.
articulate that correctly, but that's my point. And then also the fact that like my point is, besides what you just said, that's a very valid point. I actually believe that. Like if you're walking by somebody, like if the homeless person has no COVID, you have COVID, you walk by, you sneeze in their face, sure, they could get it, right? And then that would make it spread in there. But also, like, we're not testing homeless people. I'm not testing homeless people.
No,
I don't
homeless
know.
people aren't
I don't know.
testing themselves.
I mean, nobody's testing them
Nobody's
because they're
testing
homeless.
them.
They
They
can't
don't-
afford, like,
yeah.
they can't buy it, right? Like, that's the whole
You
point.
don't have to buy it.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
True, but you have to sign up for it, so
No, you can go to CVS and get it right now.
that's not true.
Okay,
Are you a
we'll
scientist?
agree to disagree.
Are you a scientist?
I'm not, but
I'm
I'm
just
a
kidding.
normal
I'm just
person.
kidding. I'm just kidding. No, but that's true. Then what else were you saying? You said the polio vaccine.
Yeah.
The polio vaccine, I do know this. The polio vaccine and this vaccine are totally different because the polio vaccine is a
Totally agree.
the polio vaccine is a diluted version of polio. This vaccine is not. It's an RNA version of COVID.
The polio vaccine is a dead strand of polio.
Yes.
Whereas, so then why does it make any sense why people correlate the COVID versus the polio vaccine?
It's hypocritical. I agree. I'm agreeing with you on that point that you just made. But I'm saying like people get the COVID vaccine so that they don't die when they get COVID.
Yeah, so isn't it like your body gets exposed to it before you get it, so you have a better chance to fight it?
Essentially,
It's
yeah.
a smaller. That's why you feel
Well-
achy the next day, right?
Well, the COVID vaccine gives you the RNA version, which is like an artificial version of COVID. And so it basically puts your body on alert that you have COVID and then it knows how to fight it. And so
right, exactly.
compared to like if you get COVID just right off the bat, your body doesn't know.
Somewhat.
And
So it's just like the flu shot.
I don't know. I don't know what the flu shot is. I don't know. I
It could
truly
be,
don't know.
I mean, there's different strands of COVID. There's different strands of the virus too, so it could be.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know why we're talking about this. I was honestly thinking about this.
You were talking about homeless people and I fucked up.
I
My
brought
bad.
up homeless.
No, it's
That's my
okay.
fault.
It's okay. I mean, I'm not worried about it.
Well, I'm passionate about things.
No, I get it. I get it. I agree. And
That's why you look like a worm. Right?
and we,
Oh, I'm uncomfortable with that shit. 'Cause it's like, I don't
won't
want
lie to
listen
you,
to
bro.
this bullshit.
I'm clipping that, bro. I'm clipping that. That's hilarious, bro. You look like a worm.
Yeah, dude, look like a trimmer or something.
That's so
I'm
funny.
sitting here. Oh, good God.
I'm having fun, dude. I don't know about you.
Dude,
This is same. I love this.
this is a very fun episode. Gosh, I wish so. Whenever I see like a podcast or something that inspires me, I try to, I don't know, just get more creative, right? There's this guy that I've seen his podcast in the past. It wasn't as good as it is now. This dude, his name is Rick Glassman. I said this in the last one. Rick Glassman, right? He's a super odd dude that has a freaking funny sense of humor. And he's an improv guy, it seems. So he'll go on bits, right? Like he'll like make something up and then he'll like kind of what I was doing, right? But he does it way more extreme and way better. He's hilarious. He does this thing on his podcast where he'll like snap with both fingers and he'll make sure it's like, he snaps in the same spot every time. And in post-production, he'll cut it like, and then why don't I just show you? Okay, on the count of 3, we're going to snap in front of us like this. And all of us, you're going to do it. You're going to do it. We're all going to snap. Ready? 3, 2, 1. So, I mean, I don't want to tell you guys what he does. I'll just show you. But anyways, yeah, it's cool. It's cool stuff. And it's for a podcast, it's very different. And this is real. This is real. Like for a podcast, it's like super different. Obviously, podcasts, majority of the time, it's a very audio experience, like audible, and you hear it, right? But when you're able to watch on YouTube, he adds a bunch of like animations in, and like it's so funny, dude. And his sense of humor is so similar to mine and what I like in sense of humor, so it's funny.
So you were talking about how he was on what's his name, Andrew Santino's, right?
Yeah.
So I stumbled upon that guy a while back.
Rick or Santino?
No, Santino.
Yeah.
And so
did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that.
Bro, I'm gonna zoom in and close up on that. I freaking cut. That was wild.
Years ago, dude, me and Zach, we watched his Netflix show. It's called Mixology, and that guy was on there, Santino. And I saw him years later. I was like, oh, shit, that's that guy.
Yeah.
And then so I started watching his Whiskey Ginger show.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty good, dude.
You listen to it?
I listened to it like a few here and there. Like, not like every, like all the time, but
yeah,
he's got some good stuff.
Dude, he's hilarious. The one thing about him that I love is that first of all, he talks super fast.
Yeah, he does.
He talks fast. That's part of his shtick, right? Shtick. And he's hilarious. But the one thing he does is like similar to the Rick guy is that they go into the characters. Mm-hmm. They'll go into bits, they'll go into characters, and they'll just improv like a whole situation. And I was listening to one today, and he started telling the story about his life. And I mean, I'm not going to say what he said, but he was telling the story of the Sandlot, but putting himself in the situation of like the main character, like the main kid. And he was like, yeah, man. And so like we moved, and I didn't know a single person. I didn't even know how to play sports. One of my neighbors asked me to go play baseball at the neighborhood park. And then he hit it over the fence. And so I didn't know what to do. So I just went home and I grabbed my stepdad's ball. And then that guy hit it over the fence too. And it was signed by like Baby Ruth or something like that. I don't know. And like he told the story of the Sandlot as if it was him. And it was the funniest freaking thing ever. It was so stupid.
He
just
does
so
that
dumb.
on Bad Friends too, right?
Yeah. Bad Friends. Yeah. What the hell, bro?
He gets into it. He's pretty good at it.
Yeah. Ready? 1, 2, 3. So anyways, that's it.